赛要开打了，请大家坐稳了。
放下你的手机平板，准备看我秀。
所有现场的朋友，大家晚安，大家好！欢迎大家在今天2月5号一起来参加我们台北富邦银行跟勇士队一起要来携手推出的勇士多元宇宙。先跟各位说声元宵节快乐！谢谢各位今天带着所有的好伙伴一起来到我们勇士主场共度元宵节。那么在今天也希望大家可以提起我们送给各位的兔年比尔灯笼，一起来共度今天的元宵。不过今天没有要跟大家一起猜灯谜，我只希望邀请大家一起做勇士的球迷。谢谢，也要记得为我们 Angels 着迷。谢谢。不过呢，在今天我们要进入多元的宇宙之前，让我来为各位介绍，接下来要带大家穿梭不一样的宇宙航空中，而且除了是视觉，还有听觉的响应。先让我为各位介绍，他们非常的厉害，他们是由一群非常喜爱街舞，而且从 hip hop 舞蹈起家的一群少年们所组成，并且透过光这个元素加入音乐，加入舞蹈，让大家非常为他们着迷。今天我们换个口味，一起来让我们享受他们带来的听觉与视觉的响应。准备好你的眼睛、你的耳朵，让我们一起掌声欢迎 Loxy Boys！
Hear what I hear.
掌声送给 Loxy Boys！
现在介绍双方球员登录名单。首先介绍客队福尔摩沙台新梦想家。
我做着白日梦，白日梦，白日梦，你做着白
球衣背号0号陈正杰，背号7号林耀宗，8号王正元，11号林俊吉，14号吴永胜，18号杨胜彦，26号李德威，30号吴松卫。先发球员 Starting Five 背号3号后卫吴家俊，背号15号 Number 15 at forward 波因特，背号28号后卫卢冠良，35号中锋 Number 35卡拉曼，88号前锋周伯成，总教练 Head Coach 赖柏林，助理教练刘文和、汤马斯·罗伊亚克斯、陈世念，体能训练师蔡明达。防务员侯耀新，球队管理王宇志，球员发展总监田磊，总经理韩俊凯。球迷朋友们，这个赛季只有我们能朝3连霸迈进，只有我们所以强大，都是经过无数的努力来达成。全队团结一心及球迷们的缺一不可，才能成为独一无二 One of One 的冠军队伍。而今天也将再次打造热血沸腾的勇士王朝。
经过那么多低潮，到底还撑什么？场上有人罩，需要这么努力吗？在台湾发展，真的有前途吗？黄金时代差不多了，有谁还在燃烧生命？
只有我们。
你问我撑什么？当然要继续撑吧。
3代联手才是最强阵。
You see these rings? That's why I'm here.
只要有我们，没有不可能。
One of One， 只有我们。台北富邦勇士的球迷们准备好了吗？现在介绍地主队台北富邦勇士球员登录名单，让我听到你们的尖叫声。首先欢迎勇士吉祥物比尔。球员出场背号0号后卫3线1颗南洋小跑车赖廷恩，背号7号后卫穿针引线绝妙助攻吕宗礼，背号11号后卫锋芒内敛 KJ 洪凯杰，背号13号大前锋我梦林梦雪，背号14号小前锋奇妙老爹本土洋将队长蔡文成。背号21号中锋 Number 21酷帅高冷曾祥军，背号23号大前锋 Number 23勇士队 Jordan Smart 石伯恩，背号29号小前锋制胜骑兵酷寒战士张根宇，
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, seniors and youth. The Braves Metaverse activated and the home team was finally able to overcome the crosstown rivals in the Kings, and they now have a chance to make it 4 straight victories tonight against the visiting Dreamers. Hi everyone, as the Braves come out to their player introductions, it's Ryan Chen on the play-by-play and Sophia Song on color commentary.
Thank you, Ryan, and the Plus League for having me again today.
So on a quick turnaround for the Braves, 7 p.m. tip last night, 5 p.m. tonight. It's another back-to-back challenge, but the Braves have done well. They are 3-1 this season with their lone loss coming against their rivals from the inaugural season in the Plus League and the Dreamers. Interesting enough, Sophia, so far in 3 straight games of this season between these 2 teams, only the road team has won.
You were just pointing that out to me earlier today, that a lot of teams in this league will usually win at home, but I think it's interesting in this series that the away teams have been pulling out wins.
Last night, the Braves built up as much as a 20-point lead against the Kings, who, in fact, took that lead back in the 4th quarter before Tsai Winston hit the final shot at the end. And after the earlier game where the Lioneers ended a 2-game losing skid against the Steelers, the standing tables fell as such. On the Mandarin broadcast, it's Sam He Shou-zhen and Mark Tianhui providing the Mandarin commentary. 球迷朋友们找了Plus League 的英文转播了，看到守正跟奎哥的中文讲评，当然按到官方的中文连结。那谢谢你的收看，记得一样要按赞哦。So last night, as we mentioned, the Braves made an interesting lineup decision to not even have number 8 Zhou Guoyu play at all. He was a DNP. But he's getting the start tonight against the Dreamers. Interesting enough, he's one of those bigger guards that would think might have a size advantage against the smaller Dreamers, but it's kind of been tough sledding for number 8 Zhou Guoyu. But former Dreamer Jackie Zhang Genyu had a standout performance coming off the bench. His 13 points and perfect shooting there on screen, matching Tsai Winston, who scored 10 in the inaugural season, and last season, Kings Yang Xinzi also had 10 points on perfect shooting. Kind of a nice follow-up to Igor Zaitsev's debut in Season 3 with perfect shooting. Jackie really provided the Braves with a boost off the bench, didn't he?
Oh, for sure. I mean, his presence on the court and him just coming off the bench with that much confidence, I think he really held down the fort for the Braves there.
They will also have some interesting choices when it comes to their point guards. On the Dreamer side, if they make less than 10 three-pointers there on screen, they're only 1 victory and 8 losses. And somebody who might help in that department is on-screen number 0, Chen Zhenjie, or Chen. We caught up with him pre-game, having a very impressive 10 points per game in the 3rd season here in the Plus League, shooting 36% from 3. So his step up in involvement definitely big, as the Dreamers are dealing with a lot of injuries to their lineup. And here's Chen.
就期待自己就是会有好的表现吧，然后最终球队可以赢下这场胜利，然后收取球队的2连胜。我觉得现在体系就是大家都有机会吧，就是每个位置，然后不管在哪一个点都有进攻的机会，所以也没有就是特别的机会，就是这是团队篮球嘛，然后现在体就是打团队的体系，所以每个人都有机会，所以不会对一个人有就是很大的空间，这样每个人都有机会。
Zhenjie sharing that the goal is to make it 2 straight victories, and because they have so many capable players that everyone will have a chance and everyone's trying to win, but you might be hiding the fact that Chen Zhenjie is actually a pretty lethal scorer here in Heping Gymnasium, shooting 53% from the field. This is only second to his Fengshan performance, and that's for all arenas where he's taken 15 shots or more. And I looked it up, Zhenjie is actually the 2nd on the team in usage rate, so field goals, assists, and turnovers at 22.3. The only local player higher than Zhenjie is fellow substitute Achi Ling Junqi. We'll be seeing the debut of Ilkman Kalaman, number 35 for the Dreamers. Interesting enough, for the first time this season, going without Brandon Gilbeck, their stalwart there at center for the Dreamers. Interesting change, and certainly a big challenge for their new import and the team chemistry against the two-time champs.
Yeah, I'm really interested in seeing how the new import will be played here with the other players and how he's going to be incorporated.
Our scouting report has him having plenty of experience playing in Turkey and a little bit in Europe. He's kind of a mobile big who will put a lot of work in on the defensive end, and we'll see what kind of scoring offensive game he has. Can shoot a little bit from the outside, but maybe part of the strategy is having Sir Dominique maybe roam around close to the help side defense for the Dreamers, as he's tops in the league in steals and block shots. On the other.
觉得大家昨天的表现都还算可以，然后年后之后我们的调整也算是不错。那当然耕耘也是把握这个机会嘛，然后就是机会是留给准备好的人，然后我们这些就像替补球员也是一样，上去都是要有建功，然后随时准备好自己。对，其实昨天一开始上去的时候，自己的状态也没有那么好，对，然后也造成蛮多失误的，然后。当然，教练团也给我很大的信心，然后叫我不要想太多嘛，然后继续调整自己的状态。然后下半场我们也把握了好很多机会，对。然后其实说阿吉跟他比的话，我觉得就是球队胜负比较重要，对啊，这球队赢球是第一啊，对。
Lai Tian might be a little bit bashful, saying that he didn't start the game off well yesterday, but he actually had 3 assists in the first quarter, 3 in the fourth quarter. And for efficiency-wise, that 7 assists is the highest mark for any player who is playing less than 20 minutes in a game. Lai Tian coming off the bench after starting the year as a starter for the Braves, so he's kind of going through a transition period himself as the smallest player on the Braves.
Right, yeah, I think he did a great job yesterday just finding his teammates and finding his own shots when he got on the floor.
Lai Tian has the 4th highest assist-to-turnover ratio this year of all Plus League players with more than 100 minutes played at 2.69. And yesterday, 16 minutes, 11.7 assists. And for as well as they've done spreading around the wealth offensively, the Braves are having an interesting choice pairing up Igor Zaisev and Chris Johnson. The first time this season they'll be having 2 6'11" centers in their lineup. Kind of an interesting choice personnel-wise, also considering the Dreamers are without Gilbeck.
Right, I think the Braves right now are just trying to take advantage of Chris Johnson's versatility on the floor, and him being able to shoot and spread out the court will ultimately just open up things for his other teammates too, and for Zaitsev.
Interestingly enough, last season we had a lot of combos of 7-footers, and we'll only get it on the rare occasion this year after Artino Pular and Austin Day and Byron Mullins. Tao Ming is the crew chief for tonight's staff here. As the fans file into the arena, it's Karaman from left to right, joined by pointer number 88, Jerry Zhou Bochen, Hayden, Wu Jiajun, and Ryan Lu Guanliang. And on the Brave side, it's Johnson, Zaisev, Josh Zhou Guoyu, Beast number 12, Lin Zijie, and Jet Zhang Zongshen number 3. On a rare occurrence that Michael Singletary will be getting the day off on a back-to-back for the home Braves. So interestingly enough, I mean, for the Dreamers, it's 5 players who weren't on the squad last year, but getting the start in this game. And for the Brave side, just building up even more and more familiarity with the starters. But they're going to have a pretty quick rotation, which is Rogers' habit, and especially on a back-to-back. The Dreamers will be in their white kit and the Braves in their Taipei City jerseys. So as I was mentioning, last year we had occasions of Jankovic and Gilbeck, Zaisev, Digara, Mullins, and Thomas Welsh one time, but this season, teams opting to go with a ball handling import a lot more of the times than before. And why do you think that is, Sophia?
I think they want to take care of matchups. I think each team is different when they looking for different things, if they want to go big or they want to go a little smaller. But I think having that extra import that can handle the ball just adds another dimension to the offensive side. You know, when you got someone that can bring up the ball and come off screens like Mike Singletary, that's so deadly. When you got, and he can attack inside, he can post players up, he can shoot the ball. Again, I just think that adds to a team's offense when they have a smaller forward.
The tip is up and won by the Dreamers. Holloman listed at 205, but he looks a little bit taller than that. His first shot is up, and the lefty makes it.
Right off the bat, we see him getting super comfortable out there shooting threes.
One thing that the Dreamers have done a lot of, right around the time Coach Julius departed, was go with a lot of pick and rolls. There's Johnson on the block, trying to spin baseline off the side of the backboard. Pointer will take a quick shot. That one's in and out. One thing about the Dreamers is they want to push up the pace. The 2 games they've won since Coach Eric has taken over, scoring more than 100. As Johnson aims it up, but it's a missed shot, and a little give and go for the gentle 2-handed slam.
Nice find there with Chris. I think he's going to try to take advantage of his matchup against
well, whoever for the
right.
Little skip pass. Shot fake, and Kalaman will go right and bounce it in.
You see him being super aggressive out there as well. I think that's just a great addition for the Dreamers offense here.
Gokoy slips it to Zaisev. Deep positioning, going with the right hand, but dancing off the rim. Now it's a few close misses for both teams as Pointer driving kick to Hayden. He splashes it. Quickly down the other way, it's Jet with a right-handed lay-in. Not looking like they have that much fatigue. Just as fast, Luke run down, overshoots it though.
Quick possessions here by both teams.
Beast with a step back. Now Pointer will thankfully slow it down a little bit for the last time these two teams played was all the way back in game 24 of the season. I had to look it up. That was the game that the Plus League reversed its goaltending challenge rule. But running low on time, Hayden, Kalaman. Another opportunity, this one even better. And a quick 11-4 start for the Dreamers.
Heating up for his first game.
Already a perfect 3-for-3 shooting performance. Looks like we have a foul off ball. Lefty shooter, and will also favor that left hand a lot close to the basket. Handoff, Jet. And he dribbles himself out of bounds. Definitely had his struggles in yesterday's game, but Coach Roger really relying on number 3 for his defense on the perimeter.
He does play solid D, and he does make tough shots.
Dreamers spreading it way wide. Pistol down the middle. One now. Easy stuff by Johnson there.
It's too easy for Chris.
Turn it over on the pass. At the basket, Luke Rundown this time gets his 2. Zaisev, easy score with the left hand. There's definitely been questions about the Braves if they would go to their 2 centers imports, and that high-low seems to be the most opportune strategy for them. Liu Guanliang turns around for another airball shot, maybe deflected by Beast.
For sure. I mean, if even one of those bigs on the Braves get good positioning, it's easy to.
A little tangle up that the referees will untangle after a Jet made elbow jumper. That one, I would say, made it look a little difficult, but not that much defensive attention for number 3. And the pointer back to Hayden. Not a lot of offense going. Jerry Dobleton will try and clank it. Good post-up give and go. Nice find by Johnson. He's got a couple assists already.
Jet's having a great start to this game. I mean, we saw him warming up pretty hard before this game. I think we're going to get a good game from him.
Pointer catches the rebound and lays it in. So the Dreamers keeping that 5-point lead. Good hands by the Dreamers. They get the steal. On that kind of bump, and Johnson's better than that. The block and the transition for the Braves. It's Beast with a step back, too strong. Continuing with the pace. Pointer down to Jerry, but Zaisev's right there for the stop.
Super tough when you're caught down low in that positioning. You got two bigs like Zaisev and Johnson down there.
That makes it 3 blocks in just the first 6 minutes of the game for the Braves. Not so accurate from the corner. Chance for the Dreamers to run. Hayden back to Ryan for the score.
Seeing the Dreamers here have some quick transition points and capitalizing on those turnovers.
Whistle, and our first break of the game coming up. But the Dreamers, after being victorious down all the way in Kaohsiung, had a day off, basically a travel day, shoot around and have that matchup against the Braves. They have the 7-point lead as we head to our first timeout.
要做什么动作呢？让你想想，来，这是爱心吧？你可以拍个洞洞吗？大家欢迎拿起手机拍个洞洞的爱心，帮比尔捕捉标记它。谢谢各位。来，美女来喽！第一个动作，比尔想睡觉了是不是？回家洗一洗睡。哎呀，谢谢 ，copy 成功。下一位美女换你喽。哦，吃美食，吃东西。今天元宵吃汤圆。 谢谢 ，copy 成功，小朋友，哦，射箭，小朋友一起来，很棒，一家人一起射箭 ，copy 成功，下一位朋友换你喽，看向大荧幕，哦，跟着节奏跳个舞，很好。
It's Yuan Xiaojie Basketball or Lantern Festival here for those who celebrate it as a young fan in attendance, having the interaction with Bill, the mascot, with the Braves. Now, Sophia, do you know what happens for Lantern Festival?
No, I don't. What happens?
You've already been here a year. How can you not know?
To be honest, I didn't even know about this holiday until I came on the broadcast.
Well, fortunately that we're here in Taipei, so if you go to certain parts of the city, the National Lantern Festival has come to the capital here in Taipei. So lanterns is one thing, but also eating-wise, we have to eat tangyuan. What are tangyuan? They're kind of squishy desserts, soup desserts.
Like mochi rice?
Yes, that's right.
Bowls?
It's a quick 7-point lead for the Dreamers as we had our first time out. And one thing that we definitely noticed is how fast both teams want to push the pace. Josh with a little room, puts it up with the left hand and finishes through some contact.
Great attack and a straight line drive there by Josh.
Lai Ting-eun's in there, he's guarding Hayden. Derek Doway's in there for a pyramid. Pointer with the athleticism, but that shot was blocked by the Braves defense. Dreamers will retain possession. Dokwe had his struggles trying to score against the Dreamers. He's only 3 for 16, but like we said, maybe a size advantage might mean something, and certainly his defense on Pointer is something to key in on. A little Spain pick and roll for Hayden, who coughs it up. Etienne with a warm-up three will be a miss. Hayden with the counter, a long rebound to the Dreamers. Away driving on Zaisev's got a step, but another block.
Wow. You gotta be a little more creative if you're driving on Zaitsev.
Dokwe will line up the three and another miss. They were a pretty good three-point shooting team yesterday. Both teams were. The Braves 16 for 33. The Kings 20 for 44, both in the 40 percentiles. Starting this game off a little cold from the outside. Pointer will try the tough pull-up.
He's trying to take advantage of his matchup there against Zaitsev.
So far in the game, the Braves are 0 for 5 from deep. Here's Derek against an old opponent in Zaisev. But that looked like easy work. Zaisev relieves the pressure on the backcourt. Ball out of bounds, it'll be for the Dreamers. Number 11, Aji's in there. He's the leading local scorer for the Dreamers. Staying way outside. This Manimal up top to Derek's three, bouncing in and out.
It's good ball movement there by the Dreamers.
Pushing foul by Derek. Presumably we'll get plenty of playing time in this game with Brendan Gilbeck, of course, not in the lineup, and also Kierman still perhaps playing his way into the Dreamer system and playing himself into shape. Doway's highest minute count of the season only was 25 against the Steelers. Animal trying to check Johnson, he spins baseline. All he could do is commit the foul.
Johnson doing what he does best, getting positioning down low and drawing that foul there.
Starter Lu Guanyang will head to the bench for the aforementioned Chen. Johnson makes the first free throw. One of the leaders for the Braves in all 5 categories statistically. Perfect 2 for 2. A weak buzzer as the scorer's table. A little bit of a mishap, but it'll be a chance for the Braves to substitute. So tonight, he's coming in the first quarter. It's Winston.
He is too clutch to be saved for the second half.
He's flying up a little bit late. The rainbow is missed. lob to Johnson, who saves it in bounds. He'll try the right hand, bounces it in.
Tough catch and a tough shot, but I mean, they're really looking to find Johnson down low.
Down to Doe. Driving kick, finally a foul by Lai Tingun. Maybe trying to think about that lob right away, but Johnson having an extra day off and also not having played last night. Maybe saving himself for a little later as Pointer takes advantage and he scores. Finally, score for the Dreamers after that timeout at 5:50 in the first quarter. Chen Xiangjun, he'll try from deep, too strong. He'll get a right back, step through and score with a right hand. Another dime by Johnson.
What a great play there by Jack, you know, reading Chris and just being able to cut to the basket for that open layup.
Continuation foul for Sir Dominique Pointer. Pointer missing that first three of the game is looking really aggressive going to the basket.
For sure. I mean, he's doing such a great job getting to the paint and just being super active on offense.
Gets the bonus to go. So now back to a 4-point lead. Dreamers continue to apply pressure. Over the top, Chen Xiangjun to Winston with a quick catch and shoot, but glazes the rim on the underside. Aji will try from center field, and again, a little strong. So the hot shooting for the Dreamers will kind of end there. Chen Xiangjun, another score down low.
Winston just being able to find Jack down there, great teamwork.
Chen Xiangjun averaging there on screen about 13 points per game, and also leads all Braves locals in minutes played, counting on him a lot. Foul call as Pointer was trying to back down Lai Tingun. So a lot of the names we were talking about between Chen Xiangjun or Aji, Chen Zhenjie, Zhou Guiyue, these are all 3-year players, and that's kind of what we're looking at across the league for younger players. It takes some time for them to really work themselves into rotation, of course, build up their skills to be ready to be more responsible for the team's success and failures.
For sure. I mean, just being able to see these younger players starting to excel and really show out and play with confidence. I mean, they're able to just, in the first couple years of playing in the league, they're able to watch their vets and learn from them and learn the system. And super exciting to see these players show out.
Chen Zhenjie with the 3 to end the cold spell for the Dreamers as Pointer gets his hand on it. They make it 2 in a row. Yes, sir! Now a 8-point Dreamers lead.
Shooter.
Chen Xiangjun stepping through will be fouled. A little bit of an excuse me there. Just one guy that the Dreamers were really looking forward to have back, having that preseason, early off-season injury that he's had to overcome. In fact, admitting to us that he might be coming back a little early, but he's proving to be an important piece for the Dreamers who've been dealing with the injury bug. Of course, last year, Walco had the knee injury down in Kaohsiung, and this year, Doug Jianhao is trying to work his way back in, and Kenny, of course, having that knee sprain also in Kaohsiung. Maybe they need to rethink their plans down there. So very, very quick stint for number 7. Zonling, backup guard for the Braves. But Zaitsev and Johnson are back in together. Merriman's also in there, screens for Pointer. Go to the mid-range and miss with that runner. Running low on time, Johnson from probably three-quarter court. At least put it on target, but that's the end of the first quarter with the Dreamers coming out to the early lead. We'll see what adjustments they make before the start of the second. You're watching the Plus League on YouTube.
右手握拳开始 ，Go！ 再一次将你们的双手借给勇士。One, two, three, here we go！ 双手只有我们。One on one， We are Taipei Fubon Braves。Number one， TFB。 掌声送给富邦 Angel 以及比尔，双手借给勇士，准备一起来 ，Let's go 富邦 ，Let's go 勇士，谢谢各位。
Oh, my PLG hot pink and powder pink shirts at PLeagueofficial.com/shop. Something that kind of went a little bit under the radar in the first quarter. The Braves committed 5 turnovers, and one thing we noticed is they brought in 3 different point guards. So I'm kind of wondering, Sophia, is maybe really short stints, not getting in rhythm. One guy's playing one day, or some guys playing on back-to-backs, kind of throwing off the ball security for the Braves.
I think you see the coach trying to make adjustments. So if he's seeing a player out there maybe committing too many turnovers, they're just going to do quick rotations. But at the end of the day, these quick turnovers are such important plays when it comes to tight, close scoring games at the end of the day. So I think it's important that they have more ball control.
Zonling with the hammer pass to Johnson up top now. There's an interesting ricochet. Winston, a quick counter two, right off the offensive rebound.
One thing about Winston is he's always going to be ready to shoot.
Yes, even with maybe 8 seconds left on the game clock when he didn't need to either.
Right. A spin 360 in the air.
Zonling touches it out of bounds, so the Dreamers will hang on to it. Zonling goes by Tony. Out of Nunrun High School, was previously with the Taiwan Trust basketball team. Pointer with the tough layup, but the Dreamers have to retreat back on defense as Johnson held on the layup and somehow flips it up and in. Just when you think it's too unfair for him to score from the outside and dunk on the inside, he pulls out this trick shot.
That is insane. It almost looked like he had 2 hands on the ball when he let go.
Certainly wasn't even looking at the basket. But on that side, previously Tsai Wen-ten has also made similar trick shots, but that might even take the cake. The Braves now down by just one as Aji guarded by Tony there tightly. Curious switch there as Doway got a little opening for three. Another miss, chance for the Braves to take the lead. Winston with a right-handed hook, another make.
Woo! That was smooth.
They have the lead back, and right now the solid rebounding, secure rebounding by the Braves making a huge difference, leading to those transition opportunities. The pass to Aji, kind of stuck there, pulls up, and another miss. The Dreamers only hit 27% of their threes against the Braves this season. Not on the same page, Zaitsev throws it out of bounds. Get another look at Winston. That's definitely got to be in everybody's scouting report, that running right-handed hook.
For sure. I mean, he's been here for a lot of years, so he's always able to score the basketball.
Backdoor. Chen had that one erased by Johnson. No call, so it's Zaitsev who floats in the runner. And right now, the Braves have all the momentum.
That's how you continue to push momentum, you know, quick, easy twos in transition.
Aji, the pointer in the corner, who put it on the deck. Tough two goes down.
I expect to see a lot of that from corner.
Deflected rebound, Zaitsev to Johnson, and the Dreamers thankful to have Jerry get the rebound. Aji crosses up Winston, but that one halfway down and out.
Can't seem to quite get those balls to fall in right now, but
a long stint with the 10 on the floor. Only will try from three, and that one is a splash.
He was ready for that one. He took that extra dribble and got his footing and balance.
Only has only played 12 minutes in his first season with the Braves, but that last made three, forcing the Dreamers to a timeout. We'll be back after these messages. It's a 12-2 Braves run here in the second quarter, forcing the Dreamers to a timeout. They've only hit on 1 of 6 shots, have not turned the ball over a single time, but it looks like the Braves are very eager to run off of those defensive rebounding opportunities.
I mean, they're doing a great job at scoring in transition, but you're also seeing, you know, great plays being made, like from number 14, Winston there.
The Braves have had the good fortune of a very deep roster. So even a guy like Liu Zongling, who signed as a free agent, has had very little playing time, but having the benefit of playing under a lot of veterans, and also really helps to have 2 almost 7-footers guarding the basket. Meanwhile, for the Dreamers, one of their best players when they play here at Huping Gymnasium is previously on screen Jian Hao. all 4 games in 2 seasons that he's been a Dreamer. Here at Hoping Gymnasium, he has multiple made threes, including a 31-point performance last year on May 15th. Dreamer getting the screen from Jerry, but had to pick up the basketball. Finding it again, it's short.
Dreamers are definitely looking to get him going offensively.
Winston slipping to the basket for another score. Hard to imagine that the Dreamers are having so much trouble getting back on defense, and a pointer miss. Aji sneaks in there for the steal, but another close miss for the Dreamers. KJ the other way, buries the 3, and just like that, the Braves with a near double-digit lead in the first half.
Momentum is definitely with the Braves right now. Again, just easy points in transition.
Chen takes the body contact and near a miss. Jerry leaves it short, and the length of the Braves right now, too much to overcome for the Dreamers on the offensive end.
And Jerry, he does have great length, but you got 2 bigs like that from the Braves inside, so.
Nice defense by Pointer, getting the block, and Zaitsev now having to retreat back on defense. Pointer backdoor to Jay Chen, the foul and the bucket.
Great cut by Jay. He's doing such a great job just finding his spots on the floor right now.
It's one of those wheel plays that the Dreamers can really exploit, having so many shooting threats on the outside. As mentioned, Zunjie had 15 points in 20 minutes of action Friday night down in Kaohsiung. 3-point play, the old-fashioned way to for the Dreamers hopefully jumpstart their scoring. And defensive mistake means a substitution as Jackie Zhangkering will check into the game. Lots of defensive attention, lackadaisical pass, and Pointer, a little showtime. And a second guard makes a mistake. Now it looks like the Braves are going to call timeout.
Will there be a sub?
Perhaps, but with 2 backup guards there is certainly pretty risky business if you're the Braves.
But you're just seeing a phenomenal offense here by Pointer. He's being super active.
In the aforementioned Friday night game, he had 34 points on 12 of 21 shooting. Completely filling up the stat sheet in just 34 minutes of work. Having a pretty easy time against the Steelers, who were in a close game against the Lioneers, but so many turnovers down the stretch in the 4th quarter kind of doomed them in an odd sight because the Lioneers were so short of guards. As we mentioned, ball security was a big question mark for the Lioneers. So despite having the height advantage for the Braves, they can't really take advantage of it if they can't even bring the ball up the floor. On the Dreamer side, they have converted well in their fast break opportunities. Pointer's the first of them to score in double digits with that last dunk. No Brendan Gilbeck, who improving from last season where he was scoring 12 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 blocks in 22 games played out of 30. This year will be his first game not dressing on the active roster. 18 games played, 17 points, 13 rebounds, 2.6 blocks per game. Johnson and Zaitsev up top. That one blocked by Kiriman. Now he's racing ahead with the lefty layup, but dances off the rim.
I think it's rare that you get to see a back screen from 2 7-footers.
Hungary putting the ball on the deck, but Achi with the good hands. 2 Dreamers to beat. Bad angle though. Chen fighting hard, he'll get the close score. The Dreamers wanting some extra on that play. Not great spacing from Winston, who lines the shot up way short. Foul in transition. Definitely a lineup where Coach Roger is identifying that is not running the things that they want to run. With reserve Jackie, of course, first year with the Braves, Tony, and of course Winston doing the funny things he does on the floor too.
Right.
Sometimes we'll get in each other's way. So an off-ball foul by Beast. Yeah, his heroic moments, 11 points in yesterday's contest. He also had 6 assists. Talk about the high level of play. There was 28 assists by both teams in yesterday's game. Got the switch. Pointer clearing out the side. Stopping in front of Zaitsev. The fadeaway, it's off. Zaitsev going one-on-one against Jerry with a left-handed hook shot. No problem.
Talk about a matchup problem there for the Dreamers.
Jay passing out from deep in the baseline, overshoots Achi. That's kind of been a theme for the Dreamers all season. They've going to have Chen and Achi in there for long stretches. Finally, they're going to bring in their starting backcourt. Little high-low down to Zaitsev, who lays it in.
We were talking about that, taking advantage of their height and matchups here. That high-low is a easy 2.
31 paint points for the Braves. As Pointer goes to the free throw line. Not opting for the 3-pointer, but those 2s are not easy.
He has been taking tough 2s, but he also can make those. Haven't quite gotten him to fall in.
Now it's Zaitsev passing into Johnson, but the foul before. Only second team foul for the Dreamers. Fire on the handoff, misfires. Pointer with a little bit of room will get the foul on the shot. See, on this end of the floor, the Braves will switch a lot on defense, and the Dreamers, who used to be in that mold, have been sticking with their man a lot more, which is a big change from when Coach Julius was running the show for the Dreamers. Pointer will step up. 11 points on his night already. was 1 for 2. The Dreamers were able to pull away from the Steelers with a big third quarter, 27-16. They, in fact, had the advantage, 46 points in the paint.
I mean, you'll see a lot of pain points when you got a player like Pointer. He does such a great job at using his body and getting in the paint.
Another foul first from Jerry. They did have, and they still do have fouls to give as Toboson collects his third foul. Couldn't get a sub in fast enough. Pick and roll for the Braves, as there is some illegal contact they didn't call. Josh slips and falls, and right now the floor on that end, a little dangerous, but no look pass out of bounds. The Dreamers can't take advantage of an opportunity there. This one looked a little bit more like just a slippage. But previously, Johnson went down running the lane. Still, the Braves lead by 5. He's putting on the deck. A tough fadeaway is off.
He's here having a slow offensive start to this game, but quick possessions here by both teams.
Pointer with the interception over Karaman. All ping-ponging around, he'll get it back and a brick. So the scoring really suppressed here in the second quarter. Only 10 for the Dreamers, and the Braves have 21. Another foul, and the Dreamers have no more to give with 2:34 left on the second quarter. More Spain pick and roll, Leitingen over Tokoyu. And another miss, but Johnson pops it up on the offensive board. Pointer with a nice rocker step. He tries the overhead layup.
Couldn't quite get that one to fall in, but pretty interesting move there by Pointer.
I don't think people should expect to be taking those layups and making them at a high percentage. He's posting up Hayden. Feeds it to Johnson, who will score and the foul. Some patience paying off there for the Braves offense.
I mean, I feel like that's also experience, you know, experience playing with each other and finding Johnson for the easy two.
If anybody is tracking jump passes, Beast must have the highest conversion rate on jump passes. Johnson Hardy with 12 points, 15 rebounds, and 5 assists. Just a half of basketball. There, clears some space, and Ilkman Karaman able to score from close.
He's doing a great job at taking advantage of his speed here against Zaitsev.
Roger will call a timeout, kind of harkens back to yesterday's executions down the stretch, trying to get the most out of small windows of play.
所以大家过来的时候，因为你们两个自己去挡的时候，那两个小的都帮你换掉，所以我们做昨天做的 double 队，杰哥来帮我挡第一个，然后杰哥你要进去，有可能杰哥会打到那个 pose 去哦，自己在这边 ，CJ 有 here， 魏宇来这边，所以你运过来的时候，away， 你到这边停球 Z， 所以杰哥如果他 top block， 你就直接进来这边准备要球。 先看一个机会 ，if cannot post up, you success screen. The end pin down for Josh. 那如果志杰是在这边顶点，他没有 top lock， 让杰哥这边拿到球的时候 ，if you go high， 杰哥拿到球 ，CJ，you player for one。先 play 哦，接下去会进入到 hold， 所以杰哥先等这个 CJ。C， you back go hold， 你走一边，然后他们会做 high low， 会留在这边。好 ，double three 接 hold， 加油加油！
So interesting. Number 12 Beast has no points so far in the first half, but Coach Roger designing a play with him in mind as you see the block shots by the Taipei Fubon Braves, especially between Zaitsev and Johnson. Really the primary reason that the Dreamers are having such a hard time scoring in the half court. So as mentioned, there were 9 occurrences where you had a 6'11" or taller player Ryan reads the move by Beast, but now caught up on the screen. The 3 is on the way, and no. The other player did not score that. It was typically on the defensive scouting reports, and the focal point is Achi. He's 0 for 4. Pointer stopped by Chokwe, now going left. He pumps and scores.
He sure loves those jump shots in the paint there.
One downside for the Dreamers offense, only 3 players have scored in the second quarter between Pointer, Chen, and Pyramid.
It's definitely the defensive presence of the 2 bigs, but I feel like the guards and the Braves are also doing a great job of, closing that space so the Braves don't get easy 3s.
Hayden will give way to Achi. A miss there by Johnson. This is also where the 2 sides of the basketball kind of really go hand in hand, because it seems like the Dreamers have to expend so much energy to defend and also rebound. Johnson splits this trip to the free throw line. And now the Dreamers want to set up a strong sequence to end the first half. So in the head-to-head, the first game was a Braves blowout down in Taichung. But the last 2 games just decided by 3 points each. And as mentioned, the change in the goaltending challenge occurred as a result of the game 24, where Jet Zhang Dongxin put up a shot that was initially not called at all by the referees, a block by Gilbeck, then a subsequent foul on Jet's follow-up. Because Roger got to challenge the goaltending, the 2 points counted, and all the sequences after that would also be included in the record. So it could have been a 4-point play and 2 shots in the same possession for the Braves, and that was amended in the competition committee of the Plus League 3rd season. And funny enough, that rule existed in the Plus League for a season and a half. It was something that the coaches and the referees agreed upon before the start of the 2nd season. Coach Eric, the new head coach for the Dreamers, along with his assistant coach and translator, Troy, giving some instructions for the last 47 seconds of the half. have a 2-for-1 opportunity, but Pointer will bring the ball up rather slowly. Now getting into the mid-range, back to Ryan. His shot, big bounce and a miss.
Good look there by the Dreamers.
Not much to that play, but a open shot. About a 9 seconds shot clock to second quarter clock difference. Go for a nice fake going right, but Pointer forcing the pass. If there was a whistle, seems like there was an out of bounds. So ball right back to the Dreamers. Away on the left side, he'll try from 3, it's short. Dokori puts it up. Might have been a little too late, but that's the end of the first half where the Braves kind of off to a lead that's been a little bit sleepy here at Hooping Gymnasium. We'll see and hope for a little bit more excitement in the second half, but we'll be going to break and we have a couple segments to break things down at halftime. Stick with the broadcast after this.
那整个球场都有可能是火箭发射的范围，它踩出去喷出来，你们就要去用你们手中的，因为是元宵节，就要用这个塞子来去接。然后呢，我们最后比谁接到的火箭多就获胜了。不过来到舞台上就已经有参加奖了，所以待会我先说很难哦。我建议你发出去之后，就是先锁定好你要接哪一个，然后要小心彼此不要冲撞，因为总共有15发，你可以先把前面让给别人，或者是大家说这个我来，这个我来，这样了解吗？我们还是要请你注意安全。好，4位朋友都来了吗？好，那我们第一回合都了解规则了，对不对？好，你们分散一点，好，我怕你们会撞到。好，那比尔，你就看你要顺势的来，还是让他们有点难度，都交给你喽。准备，将时间交给比尔。来喽，准备第一发。
47-42 is the score after the first half. On a Sunday, February 5th, a back-to-back game for the Braves, having played last night at 7 p.m. tip tough, highly contested matchup against the Kings. They have a quick turnaround against the Dreamers, who are probably also trying to find a little bit more energy, having to travel all the way down from Kaohsiung, where they played a couple nights ago. There's the combined team statistics, where the shooting has not been quite what we expect of it here at Huping Gymnasium. By reputation, the highest scoring environment here in the Plus League. Only 2 for 17 from 3 for the Braves, 5 for 18 for the Dreamers. And we've been talking about during the break maybe the best ways to utilize the imports for both teams. For the Braves, it's pretty clear what their strategy is. Got a high-low going on, but for the Dreamers, I feel like there's still a lot of different options for them.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I feel like they're trying to figure out how to get their new player involved, but also just how they can work together to utilize a smaller forward like Pointer. And you obviously got Kierman, who's able to hit threes from the outside as well. So looking to see actually some more inside presence from him.
Kierman did make the early threes, but we were wondering how he could be more effective. And one thing that is certainly working in the Braves' favor is defending the rim. Between Zaitsev and Johnson, they have already 6 block shots and have turned away so much of what the Dreamers want to do, having chosen Brandon Gilbeck to sit out of this game. Meanwhile, on the Brave side, we talked during the game about some of the turnover woes that they were having, and their half-court offense, besides their imports, has been pretty uninspiring in terms of creativity or in terms of how their offense is run. But it probably could give credit to the Dreamers for having a number of deflections too. Only one Brave has scored in double digits here, and that is Johnson. He's also been absolutely dominating the glass. One thing that we didn't mention before, but it's also part of the team statistics, 37 rebounds for the Braves, only 19 for the Dreamers, and 7 of those offensive boards for the Braves. Probably putting a lot of stress on the Dreamers' defense as we bring you the leading scorers for both teams. It's Pointer with 14, Chen Zhenjie off the bench with 11, Kierman with 10 points, and starting backcourt in Ryan has 4 and Hayden with 3. But again, both teams at their best offense, as you can imagine, in transition. For the Braves, it's Johnson with 13, Zaitsev with 8, Zhang Dongxian with 6, along with Zheng Xiangjun and Winston coming off the bench. And it's interesting because the Braves so far in the game also have Ling Mengxue and Fubon, who have not made it onto the floor yet.
正在收看直播的朋友，大家好！今天要来跟大家分享一个好消息，只要来到勇士主场，我们先来跟大家说声元宵节快乐！在今天2月5号的元宵节，不过还有一个重要的好消息，所有的上班族同学们注意啦，在下一档我们上班族狂想曲准备要在219来登场。说到219，还不知道大家还记不记得上一次我们在年后我们第一次让我上场的主题之后，我们的年货拍卖，可以看到我右手边这个就是那个新闻中传说中最厉害。竞标到53000的总价值的柠檬立牌，今天本人来跟大家分享一下，还有唇印跟签名。柠檬，下一次我们又会在2月19将它拿出来，因为我们前面很多人做爱心，所以继续把这个拿出来一起贩卖给大家。同时看到丹丹手上还有富邦 Angels 全队的签名球衣，跟大家说到时候还会有我们勇士的周边的签名商品要给大家一起来竞标。最重要的是，我们要准备现金的话，要怎么样呢？用我们手上这一张全新的勇士千丈金融黑卡。如果当天要来现场的朋友，不妨先去换一张我们的全新黑卡，一起来提款现金。我们来现场等你，上班族狂想曲2月19见喽！
前辈
Last weekend, 联盟忙什么 was keyed in on the Dreamers 认真够好年. Subscribe to the Plus League YouTube channel to see the next installment. Okay, Sophia, what we're going to do here is we're going to have a reverse broadcaster's jinx. So the Braves, only 2 made 3-pointers. They need to get 1 more to tie and 2 more to surpass the low levels that we've already had this season. It was the Lioneers against the Pilots, and it was the Pilots here in Heping just last week.
Gonna knock on some wood.
They do have an advantage inside, as for the first time this season, Igor Zaysev and Chris Johnson are paired up as the imports. And for the Dreamers, they're trying out a game with Ikman Karaman and Sir Dominic Pointer instead of having Brandon Gilbeck, who played with them last season and had perfect attendance up to tonight.
Definitely looking to see Kierman get more touches in the paint.
He hands it off the corner as the team switch sides. Maybe that'll bring them a little bit better fortune shooting the ball. A little number 3 on number 3 crime there as Jet taps Hayden's side of the head. Quick foul there by the Braves to start the 3rd quarter. With the long push shot from the free throw line. It's the starters for the Braves, it's the starters for the Dreamers. B's deep possession, wasn't all that ready for it, and kind of bailed out there by a foul call. Early foul for both teams now. There you see that left hand, though, is what the referee saw. Jet with the tough left-sided fadeaway. Wow.
Wow. Nice movement, nice finish. I think it's interesting that the Braves on offense, how they're utilizing the bigs, having 1 screen and 1 clear out to create more space for their guards to attack.
Newman will try with the left hook. Johnson will pick it up off the deck. Johnson does have the game-high 4 assists. He receives it from Beast and gets the 2-handed slam there on the handoff.
That is too easy.
That time the Braves trying the screening action a lot closer to the basket. With good effect. Hayden will try this long 2. And a chance for the Braves to run. They have some momentum now. Yeah, going left, picking it up and getting the finish off glass. And just like that, a quick timeout by the Dreamers.
He's so good at going super fast and then slowing up that momentum and getting his balance to finish those layups.
Well, that'll be the first break of the 2nd half. Maybe a future Fubon Angel in the crowd, as an early timeout by the Dreamers on the strength of the Braves having some success, especially in the half court where Jet's working his magic, and of course Beast to Johnson for that 2-handed dunk for some easy scoring, relatively speaking, as we've seen so far in the game.
Yeah, we're seeing a push here by the Braves.
Now they up the ball pressure on Pointer. Let him try again with some space. He gets another one to go.
Pointer is carrying the offense here for the Dreamers. Just doing such a good job at getting low and attacking the paint.
Zaitsev on the post. Missing with the right hook. Pointer working it on Jet again. Slips it to Jerry, out to Ryan. The three's on the way, but short. Well, the Dreamers have not been a proficient three-point shooting team themselves. A turnover, and Pointer having to beat two, but Johnson reaches in there. He's backing down Ryan, getting out to Jet. He'll try from three, and that three ball's been a big struggle for number 3 all season. Zaitsev for the easiest 2 points he'll get all game.
Nice, easy points in the paint.
10 points and 9 rebounds for number 32.
You were saying that coach has been putting Jet in, especially for that guard defense, and I think he's been doing a great job at using his positioning and his body to stop these attacks for the Dreamers.
He's going to have a better three-point shooter at home, it seems, as Pointer skies high and hits it off the backboard. Pointer with an open shot this time, and he's now automatic from that range.
That is for sure his spot. We are going to be seeing that a lot today.
He's working with Zaitsev this time. Over the head pass, another score and another assist for number 12.
Not seeing a whole ton of scoring from Beast, but he'll find his teammates down low in the paint.
Really the same play as Jet tries to contest Kiraman. Another miss, and it seems like the Dreamers have gone completely cold after half. Little pass as KJ leaves it short. Trying to imitate Winston a little there. Gives it up to give it back. Trying to work on KJ and the foul first. Second by the Braves. Ty Winston probably has some tips and pointers for KJ, as you see Beast this time going with the overhead pass after the pocket dime. Double Achi, and too much length from the Braves. Jerry fakes the pass, then the shot. And right now just effort plays by the Dreamers guards. East gives a diving effort, and I'm sure the training staff paying close attention.
A little chaotic here for the Dreamers offense. I think they're just trying to find a good shot.
Looks like the Dreamers want to challenge the out of bounds call, but the referee's in a long discussion. Pointer trying to provide an assistance there. I think a challenge will come as baseline cameraman is making an adjustment himself. So far this third quarter has been a 10-4 Braves run, and as we mentioned, Sir Dominique Pointer with the only points for the Dreamers. The rest of the team is 0 for 8. And they've only turned it over once.
I think the Dreamers here are just struggling to find the flow for the other players, and you know, you got two bigs inside, so it's been difficult to score in the paint for them.
I think what also makes it tricky is Johnson and Zaitsev are such good defenders on the Dreamers' favorite pick and roll offense too. So it's almost like you'd rather avoid them completely. And the call and the successful challenge by Coach Eric, so you can add that to his personal tally. You get another look. Good. Beast is there. The last one to touch it, and his dive for the basketball might be a little indicative of who he thought it was out of bounds of. Long inbounds, Aji to Pointer. Going to the basket, crashing into Johnson, who's still on the deck. KJ in and out with a runner.
Quick transition points here.
Pointer with a shake and bake and a foul from behind, they say. If it's on Jet, that will be his second personal. It's a perfect 5 for 5 shooting from 2. And has no other stats besides a few giveaways. Now the rotations are kind of shortened up. Aji trying to put the moves on KJ. The turnaround is off.
Having some trouble getting going here offensively.
Typically, Aji's the local player they'll turn to. Tried the alley to Johnson, who tried to hammer it down. And just like Gilbeck a few weeks ago, almost. Dreamers have a mismatch. Pierman slips past to Jerry, who puts it on the deck, and a travel call. See that coming from a mile away. And then turnover, the Dreamers could really ill afford. So as tall, long wingspanned as Johnson can get, might have needed a little bit more for that last attempt. Dreamers zone up. Zaitsev getting fouled on his way to the hoop. It's only Pointer's first foul. And only Doe and Zoboten have 3 apiece. KJ for the Braves, the only player with 3 personal fouls. Zaitsev's free throw adds to the Braves' lead. One thing about the import selection for the Braves, it means that we'll still have to wait for another week to see if Michael Singletary can make it 50 straight games scoring in double digits.
That is an insane stat.
What makes it also impressive is, I believe 2 out of the first 5 games he played in season 1, he was not able to score 10 points or more. So kind of wondering if Singletary was still having trouble adjusting as Kaleman swishes the 3 there.
Finally ending his cold streak there.
For the Dreamers, hopefully ending their cold streak as a team. Winston's in there, swing pass to Jet, he'll try and no. Trying to make it 2 in a row. also off. Again, Johnson from the top of the key. Hand off with Winston.
Quick threes here taken by both teams.
Long arms of Johnson, saves it in bounds, but Aji gets it right back. Little 3-on-2, but another close miss. Numbers the other way as Jet flies through for the 2.
He's doing such a great job today at getting to the basket and finishing. Also getting those easy transition points.
Filtering in, but Jerry lays it in. He's got a free throw coming up. So just as the Braves start to create some separation, this time, of course, the opportunity created by Sir Dominic Pointer on the drive. Littleton has his first score of the game, but leaves the free throw short. He was previously 0 for 5 from the field. Does have 4 rebounds. Pass regarding Johnson with his pointer, giving Winston some trouble. Whistle as JJ went down. Second foul on Pointer from behind as Chen in the restricted area. So Winston getting a lot more run in tonight's game, having sat 3 quarters last night.
He's got a ton of energy in him. He's super active this game.
He is 0 for 3 from 3-point range, though, which is a little surprising, having been a 50% 3-point shooter last season in a smaller sample size. Ricochet Aji saves it. Now Pointer trying to post up. Pops to the middle, and another bucket.
He is the life force for the Dreamers right now.
And that's 3 fouls in the quarter for Sir Dominic Pointer. Yeah, not used to post-up defense. Now both teams will be in the bonus. The other big in there now. Jet tries the tough fadeaway, and that's a miss too. First of the game for him. Aji hook pass back to Pointer. All day, swishes it. Down to a 6-point deficit for the Dreamers.
He's doing everything for the Dreamers, I feel like. Bringing that energy offensively and defensively.
Spin counter with a fadeaway. What a move.
Really cool to see him getting comfortable out there, just pulling moves like that out of his bag.
Trying to guard Doway. I think it was caught in between a bank shot and a shot on target. Again, speeds it up to Chen Xiangjun. This time, off backboard, but out.
Those quick floaters at the top of the free throw line there are not easy.
By Doway, they got the mismatch. Ended up passing it out of bounds. Definitely the most curious thing of the game is the Dreamers not getting Aji the better looks in the game. He is 0 for 6, but like we mentioned, without Jianhao, without Kenny Chen, who's scored 30 points in this building before. Dreamers only have Pointer to create for them. Dogoyer and Leitingen in there. He'll float it up and through.
Woo!
So Leitingen, after a strong game yesterday, finally getting his opportunity. He is on the way and another miss.
It's interesting because he's not like the fastest or quickest guard, but he really knows how to find his shot at his own speed.
His ball handling certainly looking good tonight. There's a miss. Low pass to Achi, attacking off the bounce. On time, he'll take the 30-footer, but it dances off the rim.
I think the Dreamers here are struggling to find a good shot. Seems to be a little stagnant.
Off the side of the backboard, but Winston gets it right back. They have numbers. 2-on-1 as Johnson will have to earn it at the free throw line. Go away the last man back as another one of those Dreamers get the defensive possession, but can't get a clean look on the other end. Another made free throw for Johnson. There you saw on screen 25 rebounds. A pretty crazy number. The league has had maybe a dozen or so 2020 performances. But understandably, Zaitsev getting a little bit more rest in this one, having played yesterday. Came down to pick and roll. Billy down the middle will try. And another miss. Pointer skying high for the rebound. He'll get the and one coming up.
Wow.
He didn't initiate the offense, but always getting involved somehow. In fact, bumped it off of Jerry's head a little bit.
I mean, his aggressiveness and his attack and his mentality and how he's taking this game, I mean, I feel like it's the only reason that this game is somewhat close.
Achi will go off for Hayden. Only 6 seconds left on the clock. Johnson looking for an opportunity, and it's going to be a missed opportunity for the Braves. We'll head to the fourth and final frame of this one. The Braves having a 9-point lead. The Road Dreamers trying to continue that road team streak. We'll see if they can do it coming up.
大家元宵快乐，谢谢两位，换你们了。专业的天使爱心，谢谢谢谢这对情侣，谢谢你们，谢谢大家在元宵节一起来到勇士主场共度元宵。小朋友杰米换你喽，杰米跟着杰哥祝大家元宵节快乐。这位美女换你喽，看一下大荧幕。就是你，谢谢。换你们喽，场边的美女们。 谢谢你从蓝屿一起就为了来看杰哥，还有中线哦，骑15公里也很远也很远，掌声送给这一位从蓝屿来的朋友，谢谢你，杰哥看到了，杰哥看到了。值得了，值得了，换你了，下一位美女，两位爱心一起来。
The Lunar New Year's is not over. We still have to get through Yuan Xiaojie. And in fact, if I remember correctly from my elementary school culture classes, the Lunar New Year's for Chinese, Taiwanese, Chinese across the world actually could last as much as 60 days.
Wow.
Mainly to do with cultural norms with the agriculture and farming traditions. So, but here in Taiwan, we give it about 14 days to include Lantern Festival. The Dreamers kind of light up the scoring a little bit. We'll start with Ilkman Karaman as their import, and it's Igor Zaisev for the Dreamers.
Looking to see the other Dreamers pick up their energy here in the fourth.
Lai Tian will cut through. Random hook pass to Winston. 3-on-3. Slowed up by the Braves. Switching everything. Winston guarding new import Karaman. Throws the pass wayward. Chen must be really popular because every time he falls down, they're brave to pick him up on the other team. You don't see that too often.
Funny you notice that.
Down to Zaisev. Deep positioning, too close, too easy for the Ukrainian.
Like I said, once he gets positioning down there, it's a no-brainer.
A little bit of a trip up and Hayden Kopp forces off the pass. Chen with the miss.
I think it says a lot about the Braves defense here, not letting the Dreamers take wide open shots.
Their lowest scoring game this season is 73, and they have a ways to that mark. Josh Zokwair sinks the 2. Well, last week the Braves did it to the Pilots, forcing a low-scoring game as Killiman with the real tough layup there.
That beautiful left hand. Looking to see him attack more, honestly. He's been staying outside for most of this game.
Only 6 for 16 shooting from the field as Zokwair can't make it 2 in a row. 11-point game. Chen will line one up, and that's all net.
When he's set, that 3 is going in.
He hit a big one in the 4th quarter of last night's game as kind of lucky there. Killiman pops it up. Z, he hesitates. Now going to the basket, blocked by the Dreamers. It's the first of the game. Lighting in this time with a little Winston shenanigans.
I think more players need to practice that.
Practice what?
Getting their rebound and putting it back in.
Chen will try from 3 and another miss. Chance for the Braves to run. Zouhui will slow it up though. Winston slipping through and finding the crease. He scores, and that's another timeout by the Dreamers, who right now look like they have no fuel left in the tank.
I mean, they're just going through a scoring drought, I feel like. Is it the Braves defense? What do you think?
We'll talk about it at the break and let you know after this. Back inside Peping Gymnasium. The Braves going on a run here in the fourth quarter. It's 77-61, and the logistics for the Dreamers this weekend, they played Friday night down in Kaohsiung and bused to their dorms or their apartments that very evening. And after just a little bit of rest, headed up to Taipei for their shoot-around yesterday and had to play today, which is Sunday. So that long distance of travel or the kind of short spells of rest right now seems like it's taking effect on their energy defensively and, of course, in their shooting numbers.
For sure. I mean, it feels like they've having a hard time getting the flow on offense and getting their shots to go in. But, you know, that's part of long seasons. That's part of every basketball season. You're going to have, you know, road games and quick turnarounds, and you have to be able to adjust.
Both teams substitute their imports. It's going to be Pointer and Johnson in. Backdoor, Zouhui will have a reset. Errant pass, and it's a chance for the Dreamers. Fubon down, had that one blocked. Again, despite playing back-to-back, despite the earlier tip-off time, it seems like the Braves rotated their guys enough last night, rotated their guys enough tonight for seeming more energy as Johnson hits that tough shot.
I mean, he came to play today. He's doing such a great job on offense and defense. And as you were saying before, you know, we saw a lot of players step up on the bench for the Braves, so I feel like they all got enough adequate rest and rotations in that they could step up today and bring that same energy.
Winston from his favorite short corner, another score, and the route is on. Quickly a 20-point lead for the home team. Winston's got 11 points. Talk about scoring from a lot of places. The Braves have 9 players on the scoreboard. It's Chen Xiangjun. It's another block shot.
Seeing the Braves here pull away.
Gonna run some more clock as Lai Tingyun get bailed out by an out of bounds. Pointer felt there was contact. Well, three-point shooting is not ideal, shall we say, for both teams, but that's really the best chance for the Dreamers, both overall as a team strategy, but also, especially when they're down. Winston tries the sneaky inbound pass to himself, but has that one swatted away.
Yeah, sometimes teams aren't going to have the greatest shooting days, but you got to find ways to still score and create more opportunities for your teammates on offense. And I just feel like the Dreamers here have just been stagnant.
They're zoning up on defense. Johnson from the free throw, catch and shoot. Ricochets out. Pointer was pushed by Josh. Kind of sneakily already put in 23 minutes of court time for Tokoi. Only has 4 points, but has done a good job on the defensive end.
For sure.
Pointer adds to his point total. Now at 27. He's done everything for the Dreamers. He's also got 7 boards, 4 assists, 4 steals, 3 blocks. Shall I go on?
Yeah, like I said, I mean, he's getting it done on both ends of the floor.
And it's the same 3 Dreamers who have double-digit scoring. Tokoi brings it in and unable to hit. Puts it up and through. So his first score of the game. It's the Braves who call a timeout and want to make some adjustments. Almost certain this might be a personnel change coming up. Now, despite having Chris Johnson and Igor Zaisev in the same game, number 21 Chen has also stepped up with 3 blocks of his own, and that's one huge advantage for any team in the Plus League to have local bigs, young local bigs, be part of the rotation.
For sure. I mean, just seeing him step up for his team, like, I'm excited to see how he continues to bring, that energy on offense.
Last year during the finals, he was really only utilized as a screener for the most part, to, of course, the annoyance of the Lioneers. So many opportunities he created. Coming up for each team, it's the Braves going to Taoyuan on Saturday, February 11th for a 5 p.m. tip. And for the Dreamers, they play in Kaohsiung again on February 12th at 2:30. But in this highlight package, we have Chris Johnson, Igor Zaisev pairing up for the first time in a Plus League regular season game. Johnson's been around and had perfect attendance for the Braves early in this season, and Zaisev, of course, 2-time champ, but having to deal with some injuries during the offseason. And this might not be the best gauge of how the two will go up against opponents of the Plus League, but so far so good.
For sure. I mean, they're just taking advantage of the size difference here and the matchups with the Dreamers.
Tony's back in to run things at point. With a post-up on some way, but that one bounces out.
See, the Dreamers got out of their zone and back into man. I was going to say, I don't think it's a good idea to zone up against a player like Chris. You're just going to find openings in the paint.
He set a pin down for Aji, but he rifles it back out. Going to go away to Cherry. Like one tougher look after another. Kind of rare that you see Aji so frustrated. Only the first foul by the Dreamers on the quarter. Jeff Wu Yongsen on the active roster, but has not seen the court at all today. Johnson buries that jumper.
Those are easy shots for him.
I guess a kind of belated fashion up to now his 2020 mark. The scoring coming second. Aji, nice find for Doe, who's able to convert.
You know, you gotta be crafty when you got a big post like Johnson in the paint. So I think seeing more of that from him will definitely help their Dreamers' inside presence.
Back to his zone defense. So Zokori fires away and another miss. Trying to pick up his teammate. Taking the bump on the run and it dances off. And the broadcaster jinx is not working. It's not working. The Braves have Chen Xiangjun. He only made 3 in the second half. Now we have to ask you, an active player, getting the win, but the three-pointers not falling, is that a big issue for shooters?
Repeat that again?
If the shooters were missing all their outside shots, but the team still gets the victory in easy fashion.
It's kind of like saying you got to win the ugly ones. So, yeah, I would say our team, we go through shooting droughts, or we have games where we're on and we're off, but you know, still being able to be aggressive and attack the paint and you know, honestly keep shooting.
Through pass to Smart, but first time in the game, not so secure with it, and finally they ping pong into Winston, who finishes.
He loves that mid-range shot.
Ricochets in for a pointer.
Tough make.
Still trying to climb above their low score this season. There's a whistle with 2 minutes left. 73 points. The Dreamers were held to that low mark by the Kings just about a week ago. As that would be a crazy finish by number 14. They'll have to earn it at the line. Tai Wen-ten actually went to Zhanghua Normal University, the same campus that the Dreamers used to play their home games at. He'll get subbed out, and the Braves will let the kids play. Everyone's made it on the floor, but number 13, Ling Mengxue. Aji getting the pass off, but Tony had his head turned around. White frees himself for a three-pointer. I would always advise you should just stick to corner threes. He's so good at those. Tony will step up. And driving through the lane, Aji gets his second bucket of the game. approaching a minute left in the game.
Nice.
KJ makes it 4 made threes for the Braves. So they won't equal the lowest three-point make total of the season. Time for the Dreamers to empty their bench. Oh, there's Meng Xue.
There he is.
Coach Roger just forgot about him. He'll take the place of Chris Johnson, who will call it a night. Maybe statistically with his best game as a Brave. Hook pass, go away. Fouled by Smart. Brendan Smart's an interesting case because he's a player who you thought made a lot of strides last season. But so far, year 3, he's seen his playing time go down more and more. Zoe's put in a pretty decent effort tonight, but what we expect is going to be a losing effort by the Dreamers on the road. Zoe, long time out of Nunrun Industrial High. So with a victory, the Braves will move to 2.5 games of first place as Kiraman.
Wow.
Of course, using the left hand of a free throw coming up. So our chance to enjoy the highlight from the newest member, active member of the Plus League, as the Steelers have introduced a couple of new players to their team. Between Jeremy and a certain Goku. To be more specific, Goku is his given name. Goku is just what we're going to call him on the broadcast.
Okay, I was like, couldn't say.
Running low on time, it's going to be a block shot. So the referee's letting Kierman to have a little first game present. I'm sure he would have wished for the team's success as the Dreamers fall to the Braves 90-75 in what was a very low energy game. The Dreamers,
I mean, just struggling to score, you know. I felt like most of the offensive and defensive energy was with Pointer, and you know, they got new players out there and they've been struggling with injuries, but hopefully they can come together and make some adjustments and add more flow to their offense.
so they split their weekend. The road trip 1-1. The Braves make it 4 straight wins and kind of sneakily are now the hottest team in the Plus League, with the Pilots and the Kings having lost recent matchups. In fact, against these Braves, so it's not like they're beating up the team on the lower end of the standings. They now move to 11-8, an inch ever closer to a top spot as we have Tony on the interview. Asked about his first bucket here in the Plus League.
蛮开心的。
Asked about his offense, having a reputation of a
有，就是
system
他
point
交代
guard.
说，像是我们后卫，对方对我们后卫防守就是会有穿防动作，所以他的意思叫我们平常在训练的时候穿防的话，就要勇敢的出手。对。
Tony sharing that the point guard needs to be aggressive and needs to score as well. asked about his development with the
其
Braves.
实我自己在下面看球的时候，然后就是没上场就是没关系，就是保持平常心，然后就是能看到场上像是我们球队比较资深的球员，就是学习他们的经验啊，就是在场下也是这种学习，然后上场就随时准备好。对。
Tony giving the PR answer of learning from his elder statesman and being ready for his own opportunity.
我觉得双塔对于我们防守跟篮板就是有很大的加分，对，所以我觉得优势还蛮大的。对。
And Zhongli saying having the Twin Towers in there was a big advantage. As Steve-O and Singletary were patient enough to get the equipment off of Liu Zhongling. We'll go to one last break before wrapping things up from Heping.
欢迎吕宗麟，来请宗麟跟大家分享，在今天应该也是本季上场时间最长的一次，而且传出6助攻，先给他掌声。谢谢。今天也可以说是让你用这个好表现，让大家更加认识你，而且我们开春带领的球队跟着球队一起完成开春4连胜。有没有什么话要来送给一路支持你的球迷，还有要来就是看到我们主场这么多球迷一起进场支持，有没有什么话送给大家？
就是谢谢各位球迷们那么支持勇士，然后我们在过年前的战绩不是这么理想，然后大家过年后还是很愿意进来为我们大家加油，然后我们大家会继续努力，谢谢。
掌声送给宗麟，别急着离开，很冷我知道，先帮我签个名，来比尔帮他披个毛巾，准备好要来接受到我们宗麟的签名球，拿出你们的热情好吗？今天他用他穿针引线的6次助攻，要来让大家认识他就是我们的吕宗麟。哪里有尖叫声？呼喊着宗麟的名字，球准备送向那里哦！非常开心看到我们许多新生代的勇士纷纷跳出来，一起帮助球队完成我们的胜利。希望大家可以借由一场又一场的比赛，好好的认识今天的吕宗麟。签完了，要来送出签名球。4个方向，我建议你都要照顾一下。来，第一个，还有，来这边先照顾一下，最后再来到我们组队席，最后一颗，再次掌声送给吕宗麟。希望透过这样的好表现，让大家更加认识我
4
们
victories for the Braves in 4 games will propel them higher in the standings with still a good shot at a higher seed in the playoffs. Well, one last game to go in Week 14. That's a Tuesday night matchup between the Taoyuan Buyuan Pilots against the Hsinchu Jiekou Lioneers, having won their afternoon bout against the Steelers. All right, on the Brave side, the big question for them was putting up 2 import centers between Ira Zaisev and Chris Johnson. Seems like something they should try in the future as well.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you got 2 guys that can, offensively, it's a no-brainer, but on defense, like they can guard smaller forwards and, you know, just seeing them work together and taking advantage of their height and their length.
Well, the Dreamers have all week to prepare for another game against the Steelers. Well, on behalf of the 6 teams of our league and our league operation, Sophia, it's been a good weekend commentating together.
Thank you so much for having me again.
And we hope to catch you on our next broadcast in the future. And I'm Ryan Chen, signing off, and see you in the next one.